Rain poured mercilessly over the city as Evelyn Stone stood on the balcony of her apartment, her fingers tightening around the cold metal railing. The storm outside mirrored the one within her chest, restless, unforgiving, and waiting to be unleashed. Just 2 years ago, Evelyn's life had been perfect. She was engaged to Marcus Hale, a charismatic entrepreneur, admired by everyone who met him. To the outside world, they were the definition of success and love. But behind closed doors, Marcus was calculating, manipulative, and cruel. He had used Evelyn's trust, stolen her ideas for his business empire, and when she confronted him, he left her with nothing. Her reputation shattered, her career in ruins, her heart broken. But Evelyn was not the kind of woman who stayed broken. For 2 years, she rebuilt herself in silence. She studied every move Marcus made, memorized his allies, and carefully positioned herself in the shadows of his world. What Marcus didn't know was that the woman he had crushed was now a storm, brewing in silence, and tonight, the thunder would strike. Evelyn's first move was subtle. She began appearing at high-profile charity events, dressed in elegance and grace, her presence commanding attention. She didn't have to chase Marcus. He noticed her immediately. His arrogant smile when he approached her said everything. Well, he drawled, swirling his glass of champagne. If it isn't Evelyn Stone. I was wondering when you'd crawl out of hiding. She tilted her head, lips curling into a polite smile. I don't hide, Marcus. I wait. And waiting is something you'll soon understand. Marcus laughed, dismissing her words as bitterness, but Evelyn knew she had planted the first seed. Her revenge was not a blade to the throat, it was poison, slow and untraceable. She infiltrated his circle, gaining the trust of his investors and partners by exposing the truth he always tried to bury. She fed them whispers of his reckless decisions, his hidden debts, his arrogance that risked their fortunes. At the same time, she charmed his employees, offering them opportunities, listening to their frustrations. One by one, his loyal soldiers became hers. Marcus, too arrogant to see it, continued underestimating her. To him, Evelyn was still the heartbroken woman he had discarded. But she was no longer Evelyn Stone, the fiancée. She was Evelyn, the executioner. The night of Marcus's downfall came at his own victory gala. He stood on the stage, bathed in golden light, boasting about his newest venture that promised to make millions. The audience clapped, cameras flashed, and Marcus basked in the glory. Then Evelyn stepped forward. Her black gown shimmered as she walked, each step echoing like a drumbeat of war. The crowd parted, curiosity buzzing in the air. She took the microphone with a smile so serene it unsettled Marcus. Ladies and gentlemen, she began, her voice calm and sharp. Before you invest in Marcus Hale's empire, there are truths you deserve to know. She clicked a button on the remote in her hand, and the massive screen behind them lit up. Documents appeared, proof of Marcus's embezzlement, his fraud, his betrayal of investors, and the employees he had silenced. Gasps filled the room. Murmurs turned into outrage. Marcus lunged toward her, fury burning in his eyes. But security stepped in. His own partners, once loyal, now glared at him with disgust. Evelyn leaned close, whispering so only he could hear. You took everything from me, Marcus. Now I've returned the favor. By the end of the night, Marcus Hale was no longer the man of the hour. He was the man in handcuffs, escorted out of his empire as the world watched. Evelyn didn't stay to see the rest. She walked out into the night. The storm finally fading into silence. For the first time in years, the weight in her chest lifted. Revenge hadn't just destroyed Marcus. It had rebuilt her. She stopped on the empty street, inhaled the crisp night air, and smiled, a smile. Not of vengeance, but of freedom. Because sometimes, the sweetest justice isn't blood spilled. It's watching your enemy choke on the ashes of the empire they thought would last forever.